Battlefield 2042 is getting its first patch, and what this patch actually is a bunch of critical issues that the devs apparently identified shortly before the start of this early access phase for 2042. Now, I'll go into the brief patch notes that we have, but what the devs are saying is that over the next 30 days, they've scheduled 2 further updates that will put in a bunch of fixes and improvements for issues they've identified during this early access period. So hopefully we're going to get some good patches for the game, because it does need it. Despite the amount of issues in the game, I am having fun, but it's very rough and it needs a lot of work. So the fixes we are getting, I'll put a link in the description below for this. But there's some server-side upgrades, which is going to help to reduce the amount of rubber banding issues. That's when you're going to be running forward and you keep being sort of teleported back a little bit, so that should fix that. Significantly reducing the instances of stuttering when playing on breakaway modes. Apparently there's an issue that when you look at allies on your team, their names don't display correctly, and that's going to be fixed. I've never had that issue, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And bear in mind, these are critical fixes. Next we have an adjustment to the animation for Falk during the end of round sequence to ensure that she's displayed correctly. Critical issue. Updated a skin for Boris by changing its name to Gator. Critical issue. Ensured that the TDM rounds in Battlefield Portal always start with a random deploy set as active. Critical issue. Applied a set of measures that ensure the correct number of AI spawn in custom Battlefield Portal modes using the free-for-all preset. I wouldn't really call that a critical issue, like nearly everything else. But for people that are really going in deep to Portal, it is going to be a good fix for those guys. And on the PC only, when you select a specialist in Hazard Zone, when you left click, as you usually would for anything to select, in Hazard Zone it doesn't actually work when selecting your specialist. You have to confirm your selection with the spacebar. They're fixing that, so you can now actually just use your mouse to select it. There's a rare bug in Hazard Zone that would sometimes cause the end of round flow to not activate correctly, which would basically mean that the correct amount of bonus XP wasn't being awarded, so that's going to be fixed. And also there's an issue which I haven't come across yet in Hazard Zone, but it would show every single player in the map in Hazard Zone, whether they were visible or not even spotted, they would just be shown. So that's getting fixed. That's a good fix for Hazard Zone. Again, I haven't seen that. And there's another fix where people weren't getting their extraction streaks updated correctly. Something I haven't seen either, but that's another fix going in. So that is the first patch for Battlefield 2042. Despite all the issues and all the bugs and everything else and performance issues that the game has, these critical issues that DICE have identified are being fixed first. Small little animation changes, renaming a skin, and a couple of other rare bugs. Nothing major fixed. The rubber banding fix is going to help, and the stuttering and breakaway as well. I can't really recall if I've had a lot of stuttering, but that's a good fix for that map. But stay tuned, because when I get more information on more patches, then I'll let you guys know. And stay tuned for gameplay, tips and streams.